We're following our pilots off the plane. They look like two competent men. Oh, there's even a third competent man. Yay. They did a good job. Our flight was smooth. Here in the lounge, it's a first class lounge in Fengbo. They have newspapers, they even have an English newspaper. There's coffee maker, hot water, black tea, green tea, apple juice, oranges, longan, cup of noodle. They have snacks here, a whole bunch of different packaged snacks, and then even some soft drinks. It's a really small lounge. There's not much seating at all, but nice. I'm leaving the lounge. This is considered a first class lounge, but very small. Nice. Yeah, there's the first class lounge. How cool is a tea bar? I'm gonna head over to my gate, even though I shouldn't have to. Well, I don't expect them to be boarding yet, but I'm gonna head over nice and early. Hi, we made it to our gate. There's our airplane sitting there for China Eastern, heading from Fengbo to Beijing. We are lining up to board for our flight. It's nice and sunny here today. The weather's beautiful. And down we go to the plane. I'm hoping it's like our other flight and that it departed early. But we got an email saying that our flight's full. So to make sure our bag is compliant. So hopefully that doesn't mean it'll take a long time to board. But whatever happens, we don't have control. Besides what we can control, which is getting on and off the plane. Here's Sky Team number 10, I think. We just landed in Beijing. And we now are going to try to make it to our next flight. We're supposed to have about 2 hours, but depends on how long it takes us to get to our gate. So that's what we're working with right now. We'll see. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Leaving the flight, it got in basically on time, but I was hoping for early. They said early, and we kind of needed the time, so we're gonna see if we can make it. I now have an hour and 45 minutes to exit our terminal and then head over to Xiamen Airlines and check in. And then go through security, go back. I talked to the people over in Fengbo about if we could not have to leave the terminal if we get our tickets, if there's anything we can do. And they're basically like, no, there's nothing you can do. You have to go out and check back in. So if you can tell, I'm a bit stressed about it, especially the fact that they changed our flight and they said it's due to weather. So the question will be, if we don't make this flight, will there be another flight that we can still make our transfer? I don't know. It's 110 meters. Doesn't sound too bad. We'll see. I'm feeling some stress from this walk, but I will say the airport does a good job of showing you where to go, depending on what you want to do. So they at least make it clear, especially when you think of, you know, as English speakers, we get kind of spoiled in this way. We have made it to the Xiamen check-in. We're here at economy class, so hopefully we're in the right line. We're an hour and a half before our flight, so hopefully we're still good. But maybe we made it, we'll see. I don't know why we were in economy class check-in, and she said we're in the wrong line. We had to go to B24 to 27, so now we're over here, but they only have 2 lanes open, so we'll see how we go. We just made it through security, and I'm just waiting for my, let's say I did, waiting for my dad, and then we're gonna head over to our gate. I am so thankful because I did not know if we would make it. It's looking pretty positive now. We have like another 20 minutes to get to our gate, so it should be good. This is what Papa John's looks like in China, Beijing airport. It still says better ingredients, better pizza. But looking at the hot plates, it does not look good. I mean, it's Papa John's. What do you expect? Oh no, it's inside. It says Papa John's, but on the sign, it's in Chinese or Mandarin. We have made it over by our gate. We're supposed to start boarding here in 8 minutes. Our other flights though seem like they're boarding a little early, so I want to be prepared for that. I was hoping to have some lounge time. There's tons of lounges here in Beijing, but we really do not have the time. I mean, I'm just so thankful we're able to get out of the airport and back in. If this had happened in Ho Chi Minh, Saigon, we would have been in trouble because the airport there, we sat in security for an hour and a half. So luckily it wasn't that. We would have missed our flight. So we made it to our flight, and they're boarding the other gate, but not our gate yet. This is the boarding lane. They haven't announced boarding yet, but people are lining up. I've made it through check-in and heading down to the airplane. I didn't think I'd get to this low of a row. I'm in 72J. So I thought I was in the back of the plane before. Although I think they started after business class because it's like 30 or something. The airport staff here, I think they hire models. They have very good looking staff for check-in and for boarding, and the flight attendants, all very good looking. I felt like, are they a model or an actor or my flight attendant? I don't know. But airline number 11, I think. Made it to the seat. I'm in 72J on the aisle, so there's only 2 rows behind me to get to the galley. But made it onto our flight. Look at, we made it.
I didn't think we would make it. I thought it would be next Christmas.
This is Thanksgiving here. We know how to do it up for Thanksgiving.
Santa.
Yeah. He's saying he's Santa. We are sitting on our flight and we have made it, which is really good, obviously. So what happened is we had a flight with China Eastern going from Saigon to Fungbo and Fungbo to Beijing. Then we were going Beijing to Xiamen, Xiamen to Jakarta. But then people came to the row. So the flight was going from Beijing to Xiamen, Xiamen to Jakarta. And we should have had 8-hour layover in Beijing, but then we got a message saying that our second flight with China Eastern got canceled, and so they pushed us to a later flight, which instead of 8-hour layover, we then had a 4-hour layover. So I thought, okay, that'll work. Then, while we were checking in for our flight, I think our layover or something, basically our first flight on Xiamen Airlines got moved to an earlier flight by 2 hours. So instead of us having 4 hours, we had 2 hours, and we had to exit to get to departures to check into our flight. So that's what we had to do. And I just think that it's so lucky that the security was fast enough, because we were in security in Saigon, and it was so slow. It was an hour and a half we stood there. So we'll see how busy this flight is. And we're both very happy that we made it on this flight, because we did not know if that would happen. So yay. But now we're heading to Xiamen, and then we have an overnight layover, and then we'll go Xiamen to Jakarta. We just had meal service here, and I got the chicken rice. It was either seafood noodle or chicken rice, but seafood I find to be very hit or miss, so I'd go chicken rice. Let's see what it looks like inside. So we have chicken rice. There's some cabbage in there with the rice. Then have a bit of fruit. It's interesting there because there's like cantaloupe, pineapple, and a tomato. Kind of interesting. And then some kind of cake, it looks like. I don't know what kind of cake. And tableware. And it's a pineapple pastry, it says. This, I have no idea. There's nothing in English. So that's a mystery. And then it has this yogurt drink. It's a lacto drink. Pretty cool. And it's a hot meal for the chicken rice. Xiamen Airlines. I'm heading off the flight. Made it to Xiamen. We're going then layover, trying to decide if we're going to stay at a hotel or not, and then we'll go to tomorrow to Indonesia. It's around 9:30 at night. Our next flight isn't until 9 in the morning. I thought there would be lounges, but then I looked them up. I think they might just be domestic lounges, so I don't know. Heading off the flight. I was telling my dad that I looked it up on the Priority Pass app, and I don't see lounges we can use because they're gonna close, or they are closed, I should say. Like the last one closed at 9, and we're here at almost 10 p.m. So there aren't really lounges for us to use. It says, "I love Xiamen." Oh, there's this guy standing by the letter I. We talked to the person at the transit lounge transfer desk, and he said that we'll have to go to a different area, like a transit lounge, to spend the night. And he said there might not be any seats left, so we'll see. And then hopefully that works out. If not, there's a different area we can sleep in, because I'm telling my dad I'm debating it. It's hard to decide the answer because they do provide a hotel for us. But when I talked to her on the phone, she said they provide transportation to the hotel, but not from the hotel. And so the question will be if that is... So the point being, I'd rather sleep at the airport so I don't have to worry about trying to get transportation early in the morning to catch a flight that I really want to catch.